What's up guys, thanks for tuning into the channel, and today we're going to be looking at a product that would be kind of useful if you clean your C8 on your own from time to time. Generally, if you're trying to just clean the exterior, you may not want to get water into that beautiful engine bay, which can leak through the vents on the rear hatch. That's where this product came about. It basically plugs your C8 vents, and we're going to take a look at them and see how they do. We'll look at the pros and cons of them, and if you're interested, I'll show you a way to take $5 off your order if you choose to buy it. So with that being said, let's get started. So let's take a look at this. So it's made by a company that is called Dry C8 Vent Blocks. Go figure. Let's see, so in the bag, you have 6 vent blocks that are all purposely designed and cut to fit all these different vent blocks, including one long one to get the external vent from the window on the rear. So, and taking a quick look, I mean, they look like pretty good material. So you have on the bottom end, a high density foam, and then on the top half, you have kind of like a hard plastic. So looks good, like in regards to what it should be able to do. But overall, I mean, the quality of what they looks pretty good. And let's see how they fit on this side here. It would be kind of nice if they had it that it was kind of marked, just kind of to help you figure out which way you're supposed to put these. But they are arranged in that they come in the different sizes to fit in the different kind of holes. So if you're trying to put these on, okay, so it's like pointy side there and then not as pointy side on the other side to put these on. So when you put them on, they kind of they do have like a nice neat fit to them. It just kind of wedges itself in there to prevent it from going anywhere. And so yeah, with the pointy end on like going towards the back, that's how these essentially fit. And yeah, like I said, it just kind of wedges itself in there pretty nicely actually. Like I'm actually kind of like that. They don't feel like they're gonna just come straight off, but they don't feel like they're stuck in there. So I could see, I could already kind of see a little bit of openings that you can kind of just adjust them to make sure that they get a nice secure feeling on, nice secure fitting on there. But overall, I mean, not too bad. I mean, if you're trying to keep a majority of the water out, these will definitely do that job. And it won't keep out all the water, I'm thinking, and that's what it does say on their website. But instead of having just all the water come in, you'll maybe have like maybe 10% of that water come in. And we'll do a little bit of a testing to see how well they do in regards to how they would work on your car. So the last piece is this big foam block piece that's supposed to be for the rear window. And that piece, it is kind of like only a one way to put, like that you can put it. It's curved already kind of naturally a certain direction. So also if you hear jets flying around, today's a really nice day. And all the fighter jets at the nearby air base are going off. In any case, so to put this on is generally you're just kind of squeezing it in around the edges of the rear window. I mean, it's a bit of a tight fit, and it does kind of you got to work your way around it to actually get it through on all the different pieces, but it kind of does make it stick out a little bit to make it fully fit. And you can try to just fit in all the other different crevices that you got. Let's see. So you do have a little bit of a gap on the edges of the window, which again, they said that is a definite thing that you will see. But overall, I mean, it's covering a good majority of the spots. So it won't eliminate it completely, but it removes probably about 90% of the problem by doing it this way. So that's good. Again, this pointy side is going to the back. I do kind of wish that they had some kind of labeling on here, but once you figure out how to do them the first time, you'll always know how to do them. Anyway, so it's not really a big deal. That's kind of nitpicking at this point. Yeah, so looking at them, I mean, they're pretty secure in there. They're not gonna come off. And so we're gonna test how well they stay on and all that kind of stuff, because I'm gonna go through and use a pressure washer and see how it all cleans up, how they hold up. I'll have the camera set up also inside the engine bay so we can see how much water actually does get into them. So we'll take a look at all that kind of stuff. So we have the camera set up inside the engine compartment so that we can see how much water does actually get in as you're washing the car. We're gonna do a baseline so it doesn't have any kind of dry vent blocks, and then we're gonna look at adding those dry vent blocks and see how well they do. So let's get started with that and let's see how the results are. So now that we've done an initial clean, let's see how it came out. And yeah, it's pretty wet in here actually. So as you can see, there is definitely spots that you can see are soapy, and they're pretty soapy, and get this part wet. So if you had a clean engine bay before, you just tried to clean the outside, you're gonna have quite a bit of cleaning to do, especially with just the excess soap if you use like a foam cannon, which is kind of sometimes, you know, what you need to use. So we have the engine bay all dry again. So we're gonna go through and now use the blocks and see how it does. So we finished washing the car with the covers on and did all the drying and such. So let's see how it came out. And so let's see. As we can see, we have still a bit of water still that's getting through. You can see that it kind of did get through in a few of the spots. I did have the pieces come off as I was using the power washer, so that's part of when the soap could potentially come in. And I can see like there's a few little crevices and stuff like that that it looks like it's coming out from. I think the big thing is that where you have the actual vents coming out, that is still coming through a little bit, but for the main piece, main central engine cover, that part is significantly drier, as you can see. Quite a bit of soap that still got through, but it does look to me like it's a little bit drier than what it was before. So what that tells me is that it's just, you're still gonna get water that comes in. This doesn't change anything. You got it coming from the outer seals, you got it coming from the front and such. But as for the actual engine itself, the engine is actually much drier than what it was before. So that works a lot in my book in regards to using it on a normal basis. You still have to do a bit of drying, but it looks like it would be significantly less than if you didn't have these covers on. Looking at the covers themselves, I will say the central cover, the one that goes right underneath the main window, that worked great. That didn't move, that didn't budge or whatnot. It did have a little bit of leaking on the edges, but for the most part, that part worked really well. I would say for the actual vents, I think there's a little bit of adjustment that needs to be done along the edges. I think it needs to be just a tiny bit thicker to really help a person like wedge them into place, especially if it's not put in perfectly from where it was. But I think overall, even if you look at the actual wedges themselves, like the central part of the wedge is dry. It's just the edges that got wet. If it didn't work, the whole thing would be pretty much wet. Like I said, I think they worked for what they are, with room to improve, essentially. It does make a bit of a difference to actually use these in regards to drying time in the engine bay. You're not gonna have to work as hard to do that. So if you liked how these work and you would like to purchase a set for yourself, you can go down to the link below. And if you use the code New Horizon, you'll get $5 off of your purchase. So it makes personally a great gift for anyone that has a C8, especially with either the holidays or just any kind of general gift for someone that has, you know, a C8. If you like this video, please check out any of my other product review videos like this one here for your C8 or car needs.